Due to inflows from ETFs, XRP, and the entire cryptocurrency market are really booming right now. We are witnessing inflows from treasuries. Ironically, many of you were skeptical that XRP treasuries would exist, but at this point, we are leading the way and preparing to lead a large amount of new liquidity that is set to enter the cryptocurrency market through 𝗙𝗶 Labs XRP. The best thing is that the cryptocurrency season has officially started as of right now. Guys, Ethereum surpassing $4,050 or $4,000 in value. Incredibly large, with a transaction volume of $36 billion. More significantly, though, XRP after the breaking news about the SEC lawsuit being dismissed that I covered yesterday. There is now a clear path for XRP to reach new all-time highs. The 24-hour trading volume is one of my main factors for any project's success, even though some of you may not even notice. Over the past day, XRP has increased 174% with a trade volume of $13.14 billion. Yes, that's a boy billion dollars. This is truly enormous because, once more, we anticipate new inflows. Please note that this volume is based on the 0 ETFs that are now authorized for spot trading, which should happen in the coming months. Thus, for all of you who are currently watching, now is still the moment to invest in XRP at its $195 billion valuation. If everything goes according to plan and the momentum in the entire cryptocurrency market keeps up, I believe we can see a clear 10x before the year is over. Think about establishing new investments in XRP with ITR Capital, which offers a $100 funding incentive. They have existed for a very long time, more than $14 billion in transaction volume. Their two products are being used by hundreds of thousands of individuals. In addition to Blackrock, you may utilize their conventional Roth and SEP IRA with your cryptocurrencies or the premium custody account, which grants you institutional custody like Coinbase Prime and what Fidelity employs. Therefore, take a look at IT Trust Capital if you desire that degree of security. The promo code is, of course, your POP8, and I've included my link below. I'll say it again, use your POP8 promo code to receive your $100 financing bonus. Let's now discuss the key factor that is really driving the current cryptocurrency fervor, which is the new liquidity coming into the market, that is, the treasuries. These businesses are already expanding their balance sheets when XRP treasury companies arrive. Before we even go into XRP-specific topics, some of you may wonder what treasury businesses are. And a few months ago, Charles Schwab wrote a pretty excellent post about this. According to their explanation, many businesses are incorporating Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies into their treasury holdings, altering their core principles and providing investors with new avenues for gaining exposure to the cryptocurrency market. Since they have a lot of cash on hand and are attempting to diversify their portfolio for something that is not too risky and has a lot of upside, Bitcoin naturally kind of led the way with these treasury companies like Strategy, BTBT, Orbit, Digital, Block or XYZ, GameStop of course, and Tesla. Additionally, over the last few months, and even a few years, Tesla and other companies added Bitcoin to their balance sheets. As a result, people look at technology-based investments rather than holding pure gold, particularly as major tech enters the market. Having stated that, this is the reason these treasury companies are so fascinating. As a result, we have witnessed inflows and developments with Ethereum, such as ESB and all other Ethereum-based treasury firms that have amassed ETH and are still doing so through their services and other activities. However, at this point, we anticipate that XRP will begin to appear in corporate and, of course, large tech treasuries. The fact that more businesses are starting to use XRP in their corporate treasury balance sheet indicates that public companies' perceptions of the cryptocurrency are changing, especially in light of the news from yesterday that the SEC has dismissed the lawsuit entirely. The tides are shifted by this. These businesses are starting to see its worth as a treasury asset in addition to a utility token. These advancements coincide with XRP's growing popularity due to its application in blockchain-based financial infrastructure and real-time payments. At least 2 businesses have already added or declared their plan to add XRP to their balance sheets, according to a recent update from cryptocurrency market analyst Bill Morgan, based on US SEC filings and corporate declarations following yesterday's Announcement of the SEC lawsuit being dismissed. These companies, Floral Growth Company and Hypers Scale Data, indicate high interest in XRP, indicating growing institutional confidence in the digital asset. As I have stated, there is now a clear path for a spot XRP ETF that is not a security concern. If you only consider XRP from the perspective of market capture and pricing, the potential is far greater than that of Bitcoin and Ethereum. XRP wants to be more than just a Layer 1 solution. In order to create a decentralized financial system and a payment settlement processor, it seeks to replace and incorporate into the central banking system. Having said that, if you consider the many uses for Ripple Labs' XRP, you should feel comfortable stating, well, if it's at $325.29, whatever it is at the moment of the recording versus where it could be at if it does capture all the market share that it's expected to. This is especially true given that cryptocurrency is currently leading the way in financial investments worldwide, particularly in the US, so we can anticipate some significant upside for Ripple or XRP. The business now highlighted the potential of XRP and 𝗙𝗶𝗹 to facilitate decentralized financial applications, cross-border settlement systems, and real-time payment networks. The acquisition is a component of the larger endeavor to incorporate contemporary digital asset solutions into the next-generation financial services paradigm, per ACG's announcement. Additionally, the release emphasized XRP's enterprise-grade design, cheap cost, and safe transactions as primary justifications for the proposed acquisition. Morgan adds that ACG views XRP as a tool to improve blockchain-based financial products and liquidity. As regulations become more clear, institutional momentum increases. Guys, that's the most important aspect. There are thousands of cryptocurrencies available on the market for those of you who are watching. We are heavily exposed to a wide range of crypto-related topics. You name it, real-world assets, infrastructure baits, small, mid, and mega caps. The upside makes me sick. I can tolerate the drawbacks. However, when sentiment hits what we anticipate to be a new high, you must be ready to de-risk. Having said that, Ethereum is currently poised to surpass its record high. XRP will surpass its highest point ever. As long as there are no black swans, all of these are unavoidable. As I indicated in earlier videos, the markets are impacted by unforeseen bad news. The index of fear and greed is beginning to rise, pushing away from its neutral position at 50. Entering the fear zone, and now moving in the direction of greed. When evaluating greed fear, the greed index, and market analysis, keep in mind that we want to search for excessive greed anywhere between 92 and 100. However, there are also indicators of a possible local top from earlier cycles that we have all observed together. We are now far from that, and when liquidity inflows come in over the next few months, I don't think we will actually get there. However, de-risking should be done whenever something is overdone. I'll try my best to update you all every day, especially with the current market momentum. You must keep an eye out for